It is me once again in BP. Of course, first time this week was on Saturday. A little bit unscheduled Division 1 commentary, but it was fun and all that. Focus on the final race of this week for BP. Hold on. I just had to do a little operation of my charger for my PlayStation. For the mystery round this week, as you can see by the minimap, we have Las Vegas. Interestingly, literally today, there was a race in Las Vegas in real life. And now we're actually driving it today. So we'll see who is going to come out on top, of course, in the race and all the qualies. First race coming out on track, we have Cohen, a new one, at least for Prestige that I've seen and I remember. We have Aris as well out on track. We have JP, we have Ibrahim as well. Ibrahim and JP on the mediums, Cohen and Aris on the softs. The rest of the drivers not coming out, it seems like it. Not yet. Of course, Q1 is very long. This is a great time to, of course, look at the standings. I'm just gonna... JP looked like he went wide in turn number 4. But I'm just gonna put Aris driving around, as I'm gonna talk about the standings. So, after Britain, Rogge, almost a perfect weekend. Almost just missed out on the win in the sprint and a fastest lap, but other than that, almost a perfect weekend. With as well, I don't think he actually he got the pole position. He was P2 in the sprint race, and in the main race, unfortunately, I don't think. At least, no, he didn't get the fastest lap as Aris. In the meantime, goes very heavily into a wall in turn 4. But yeah, in the Prestige driver standings, Rogge has extended his championship lead over Tsunami to 13 points. Rogge 92 points, Tsunami 79 points. Marco unfortunately had to settle for 3rd for the race, and as well pretty disastrous sprint race for him. Only manages to stay in 3rd and not catch up to his teammate Rogge, and neither catches up to Tsunami. DJ in 4th, 41 points. Then Tom 5th, 33. Sosa still in 6th with 25. Tig and Rob as well with 25 points. Jake with 24. Shaz rounds off the top 10 with 18 points. And then it's Olaf, Lassie, Alfie, GP, Ibrahim, Niklas, Pimeralda, Bobby, Steps, Brothers, and Peligro, who have actually scored points during this season. In the constructor standings, it's still pretty one-sided. Haas leading the way, have extended their championship lead over McLaren. McLaren still strong in 2nd. The gap between McLaren and Haas is 57 points. Let me just get someone else on a lap. JP definitely not on lap. Cohen goes fastest, 33.383. A slow lap, I believe. That one, but we'll see as the drivers go on around the track. Tig has retired in pits. Haas 159, McLaren 102. Then McLaren have got double the points of Red Bull, actually exactly double the points. McLaren like I said, 102. Red Bull 51, 108 points behind Haas. And then, then behind Red Bull, it is very close, including Red Bull, 51 points. Aston Martin 48, Ferrari 46, Red Bull 45, Williams 45, Alpine 36, Mercedes 12, and Sauber, like in real life, no points at all in the constructors. We have, Ruggie setting a fastest lap of 31.275 on the mediums. Ibrahim was fastest, 32.032, but I was looking at the standings. Brothers is going to be crossing the line, and what's his time going to be at 31.577. Tick rejoins. Okay, so he didn't actually mean to retire. There was probably some disconnection, and then the game decides to retire a car. So that's his qualifying done. And yeah, he's gonna have to work his way up through the field. Ollie, in the meantime, seems like he's on a fast lap of the Tiffy. He has a lot of VRS, to be honest, with him, but he might actually just do very much loads of ERS management as he goes fastest, 31.087. A very good time, almost 2/10 faster than Rocky. Then we are gonna have next driver. Is that Ibrahim? No, Ibrahim is gonna start another lap on those softs, the mediums. Then, is that gonna be Rocky again doing a lap? He could. He has the fuel to start another lap. I'm just gonna try and see if he's gonna actually do another lap, or is he gonna go into the pits? He's doing another lap. So he's staying out. Next one, is that gonna be Alfie Hudson doing a lap? No, it isn't Alfie Hudson. It is Aris on an out lap, but Hudson seems to be on a flying lap. He has no ERS left. Almost no ERS left till the end of the lap. Into turn 14, 15, 16, a bit wide. There's a Ferrari as well in the runoff area, and Ricky can self disqualified for trying to rejoin the track. It is a bit of an odd one as well to be stuck on in the game. In real life, of course, massive lockup, or you completely outbrake yourself. Of course, outbraking yourself is very easy in there, but going that wide is interesting. But, anyways, his qualifying is done in definitely 20th. Unless, I don't know, if someone is going to do war crimes and somehow the F1 game is going to recognize that and they're going to disqualify them for, from the whole race weekend. But of course, it ain't going to happen. Jake goes third, 31.496. The two brothers in the 5th and 6th, 31.789 and 31.844. As of right now, Hudson not on a lap, it seems like it. Definitely not on a lap. Maybe his teammate Aris could be on a good one. Next is going. Ruggie sets a fastest time of 38.62. 30.862, not 38.62. So yeah. Goes fastest, 2/10 faster than Ollie now. Aris goes 10th, 33.459. Second slowest time as of right now. Pemirada starts his lap. That's Brothers trying to do another lap as well. He's going to have a very good tow, a very good slipstream from Pemirada if he can stay with him. Pemirada as well on the mediums, but Pemirada has a bit newer mediums. But of course, this sort of a gap is still going to be somewhere a little bit worth there as Ricky leaves the session. Hopefully he comes back on. Marco 55.139. Tsunami goes fastest in the meantime, 30.782. 800s, exactly 800s in front of Ruggie, but of course Tsunami on the softs, and pretty much then the rest of the pack, besides Jake, in the top, has set a time on the softs. of course, including Tsunami. So yeah, plenty of drivers behind can improve their times, but are they going to be that much worth? Marco, in the meantime, goes third, 30.928 by Marco. Good time to put him into P3. Ollie out on track as well. To try and set another lap. Brothers is 3.5 tenths up on his time, and he has got a beautiful, beautiful toe from Pimrada all the way through the lap. Brothers can do with that lap with the slipstream. Can he go fastest? No, he can't, but it does go fourth. 30.960. Pimrada 31.294. Drops down to P6, of course, as Brothers has set 3 tenths faster lap time than him. Ollie starts a new one, although JP was just finishing his time and he goes 7th, 31.484. So that leaves Aris now with the slowest time at the moment. Tsunami going into the pit. Shaz, is he on a lap? It seems like he is on a lap. Going through the final corner. Turn 17, easy flat out. And Shaz, where is he going to go? 31.445. A decent lap. At least good that he's in front of a soft runners. Well, main soft runners if we disqualify Tsunami. But yeah, still he has plenty of time to improve on that lap. McCluskey goes 7th, 31.380. Goes in front of Shaz. Of course, Shaz has time to improve on that, just by tires, but it is Q1 only, so not that big of a worry at the moment. Steps goes only 15, 32.362. Tsunami retires on the pits. So if that makes sense, since there's going to be only 3 other drivers, not making it into Q2, since Tig and Ricky, we know that they're out. Probably Cohen and Aris probably will know as well, unless Cohen improves on his time. But, with that time, 33.383 doesn't look too good. In the meantime, Ollie splits the 2 harsh drivers to go P3, 30.916. Of course, a good time to be in the top 3 and in the top 5 overall, since it's so tight from Tsunami to Brothers. It is only 2 tenths. And then after that, even less than 2 tenths. And then after that, between Brothers and Pimrada, it is quite a big cliff. That is over 3 tenths. 3.5 tenths almost. Cohen, we missed his first sector. Steps not on a flying lap. Hudson seems to be on a flying lap. Yes, he is. It seems like it. McCluskey, I highly doubt it that he is. Peligua in front of Hudson, but he's on an out lap, trying to start one. Hudson through the chicanes, and then heading into the final corner and into the finish line. It's gonna be a 31, hopefully 31.820. Goes up to P12 between the two Williamses, and good time on the medium, at least for now. The 2 Williamses as well have set their times on the mediums, so they still have time to improve. The drivers who have set their times on the softs are Cohen, Aris, Jake, JP, McCluskey, and Tsunami. Soon it's gonna be Peligua, since he's gonna be he's on a lap, 26.035. Then Cohen has improved his time a second on that lap, but still only 15.32.328, and just about in front of his own teammate. JP behind him is on an out lap, so thankfully not a block. He wasn't blocking him. Then Aris, it seems like he's improving his time, but he's got absolutely no ERS to the finish line. Aris is going to get 32.840, improves by 6 tenths, but stays 17th, and that gap is absolutely massive still. It's almost half a second. Peligua 55.249, a very good third sector. Marco had like 55.1 something, so Peligua should be up there, and he is up there. 7th, 31.304, 100th of a second behind Pimeralda. So yeah, very good time, and hopefully it's going to be in to Q2. At the moment, it is Cohen, Steps, and Aris who are out on the chopping block of not making it into Q2. Brad is going very, very slowly on the strip. I wonder why is he doing that. But he's on an out lap. And still on the same set of mediums. I think he's doing a bit too many laps on those mediums. But I don't... It is his choice to use those how many times he wants. Pimeralda starts his lap, JP starts his lap, Shaz starts his lap, and Brothers have all started their times pretty much close to in identical times. They're all gonna have good slipstreams. Pimeralda won't. Shaz is trying to take slipstream from Pimeralda. JP is trying to take from Shaz. And Brothers is trying to take from JP the slipstream. Cohen not improving, although that is the first sector. I thought the Steps was in the final sector, but that's just Steps. Starting his final flying lap of Q1. Aris through the first sector. Is he going to be improving through the first sector? Yes, he is by half a tenth, but he would need quite a lot of time to gain Solani. He goes wide in turns. That is 7 and 8, I believe. And so that is his lap done. But I think he's going to have still enough time to start another one. But the question is, he doesn't have enough fuel. So he's done with qualifying. Cohen done with qualifying, it seems like it as well. No ERS completely. Just almost stopped on the strip. So it looks like it's going to be as well done for him. He's just locking his tires. There's a Red Bull going wide. That's probably Shaz. And, well, yeah, that is Shaz, just off the circuit. JP goes into the pits. Pimeralda, what the fuck? he is going in reverse on the strip, on the Las Vegas strip. I guess he's trying to put the show for Las Vegas, since it's, well, Las Vegas, I guess. If Las Vegas itself wasn't big enough of a show. Aris has gone straight on through turn 1, almost hitting the barrier, and as well reversing. What is going on? Steps is crossing the line, and where does it go? P12 31.7. 3.5 just in front of Niklas, who goes up to P6 31.284. Then, well, it would be Pimeralda, but he is going in reverse, so I'm not going to be counting him. Jake is the next one, and he is 3.5 tenths up on his time through the second sector. That should be easy enough to make it into Q2, and yes, he does. 31.132. P6 should, well, it is going to be into Q2. Aris invalidated. Cohen. No, he's 7 seconds down. Ibrahim is still on a lap on the mediums. Ibrahim crosses the line. P13 hits the Ferrari as well of Pimeralda as he crossed the line. Ibrahim is in 13, so he is safe. Tom and Hudson still are on their flying laps, final flying laps. Tom is in P16, Hudson is in P15, so Hudson really needs to nail this lap. The same with Tom. Tom is on the strip. Hudson is going to cross the line to go P7, 31.241, and he's safe. Cohen in the pits, Aris as well invalid, so like I said, they're done with qualifying, and now is it going to be Tom? Is it going to be Steps into Q2? Tom goes into the pits, and so it is Tom out of qualifying, going into Q2. He drops out of qualifying, and it means Steps is into Q2. In the Aston Martin, of course, it's equal performance, but still, is through into Q2, just about. but anyways, is in. So it is Tom, Cohen, Aris, Tig, and Ricky out of qualifying in Q1. And in Q2, we'll see Tsunami, Ruggy, Oli, Marco, Brothers, Jake, Hudson, Niklas, Pimeralda, Peligua, Miklassi, Shaz, JP, Ibrahim, and Steps in Q2. So yeah, a lot of drivers as well qualifying on the medium tire. Tom unfortunately couldn't make it on the medium tire. Of course, he was trying to set it one on the softs, but I guess he missed that one lap. So Ibrahim, Shaz, Pimeralda, Brothers, Marco, Oli, and Rocky are all through on the mediums, and then the rest, Tsunami, Jake, Hudson, Niklas, Peligua, Miklassi, JP, and Steps are all through on the softs. It doesn't really matter, just a little fun fact, just to say something overall. And now we are into Q2. We have already first riders out on track. We have one of McLarens, that's Tsunami, out on track, and Oli as well out on track on mediums both. Steps as well on the mediums. Just in front of him came out Marco as well on the mediums. Then Rocky just in front of one of the Williamses. That is going to be Niklas, of course, since his brother is out. So Niklas on the mediums, Marco on the mediums, Oli, Tsunami, Steps on the mediums. Rocky is out on softs. Then it's Pimeralda and Brothers as well on the softs. Shaz on the mediums. Anyone else? There's one of the McLarens, it seems like it. Yes, it is McLaren. Ibrahim out on the same mediums that he qualified on. Of course, it's going to be the same mediums for everyone that they have qualified on. Then it just depends on the softs. Is it going to be still the used ones, or is it going to be the brand new ones? Unfortunately, we cannot. Well, this game doesn't allow us to see that. So we just have to guess by the times they set, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Then another Mercedes of Jake coming out on softs, but Tsunami is starting his first flying lap of Q2. So let's just go with him on the with him on board. First two corners and into turn 3, long right-hander. The gears open now onto his back straight. And just heading into turn 4, a 90-degree corner. A good overtaking spot. Attacking that curb, close to the wall on the exit. And now into turns 5. And then 6, 7. That corner before turn 6 is very, very bad for rear tire locking. Through turn 9 as well, nice. And into turn numbers 10, 11, very flat out. And then into turn 12, that curb on the inside. Personally, I'm not sure, but I've seen some people cutting that a lot. And now into this second longest straight on the calendar. His teammate Ibrahim tried to give him slipstream, but it was a failed attempt. A little bit of slipstream there was. And now going into the 4 final corners, but into these 3 corners, breaking into turn 14, 15, and then through turn 16. 16 is easy flat out. And then just run up to turn 17, which is easy flat out, and across the line, Tsunami, of course, fastest, and he goes first, of course, 1:31.031. Oli goes second, 31.217. Ibrahim now behind is going to start his first lap of Q2. Then it is going Marco finishing his time 55.035 through the first sector, and he goes fastest by quite a big margin in front of Tsunami, 30.737 by Marco. Oh, I think he equaled Tsunami's, or might have gone a little bit faster than what Tsunami set in Q1. Roggy in the meantime P2 30.957 on the softs, 2/10 slower than Marco, who is on the mediums. A bit of a surprise. I don't remember myself seeing Roggy driving on the softs in Q1, so probably a mistake on the lap. Maybe, just maybe, could have been. I want to go with Hudson. This corner where it's very easy to, well, at least personally, it is very easy to lose the rear there. Yeah, so that braking is really bad with rear tire locking. In the meantime, Brothers has gone fourth, 31.194. Oli has dropped down to fifth. Niklas 6th, 31.569. Nice. Jake 7th, 32.072. Probably these tires are the used ones. Ibrahim has gone 7th, 32.043. And then it is going to be, Hudson through the three final corners. Well, not really three. But now going into the final corner, flat out of course, and across the line Hudson goes, and he goes P7, 31.772. And let's go to McCluskey. He's not on a flying lap. Shaz is on a flying lap though. The same with the Roggy, it seems like it. Yes, it is, as well with Roggy. Second sector, one of the Mercedes going slowly. Maybe that might be Jake running out of fuel. No, that was just probably him going slowly, but he might actually cause yellow flags because of his fuel. So soon we'll see yellow flags. Actually, no, the fuel is on low mode, not hard mode. Through the first sector, well, I didn't see it. Okay, 25.941 by Shaz. Roggy's first sector, we don't see. McCluskey has, in the meantime, completed his first flying lap of 1:40.340. Roggy, second sector, is he improving compared to his second sector previously? Yes, he is, but by half a tenth. Shaz, second sector, 55.282. So Shaz is going a bit slower than Roggy by about 1.5 tenths. I don't think Shaz got that slipstream. He was a bit too far back for Roggy to get that slipstream, not DRS. Roggy in the meantime goes straight back into the pits, so he won't complete his time. Shaz is going to complete his time, of course, and he goes P2, 30.860. I want to see Roggy's third sector, because his second sector wasn't that bad, but then his third sector is off the cliff. Okay, it's not really off the cliff. What's it then with first? Okay, it's the third sector that he's losing 2/10 to Marco. Third sector as well a little bit. Shaz just has done a very good third sector. Maybe it has been that little bit of slipstream that he got from Roggy. In the meantime, Lassie has gone 7th, 31.397. Pimeralda has started his lap. Oli as well has started his lap, again on the mediums. Brothers completing his time, and he goes second, 30.789. Next one is Peliguat to complete his time, and he goes 10th, 31.874. Then behind is Steps starting a lap. Niklas as well starting a lap. Shaz, of course, on the in lap, as he has no fuel as well. So let's look at Pimeralda's first sector, 26.033. Right behind him there's McCluskey, but of course he won't be able to give him any sort of slipstream. Through turn 10, 11, and then into 12. Let's see how he attacks this curb. Quite aggressive, going fully over it as well, brushing that wall on the outside. 55.455 by Pimeralda, so that's 3/10 slower than Rogge's second sector actually. Now this long ass straight, it just goes on and on and on and on. And going into turn 14, braking a bit deep and sliding through turn 15, sliding through turn 16 as well. Not a clean lap by Pimeralda. In the end, that probably lost him a tenth and a half, probably, and Pimeralda goes only 8th, 31.403. Oli, in the meantime, goes 4th on the still old set of, well, old, very used set of mediums, 30.912, so a very good time by Oli to go as well in front of Rogge, who has set his time on the softs. Is anyone else on a flying lap? Brothers again on a flying lap, but I think he's trying to help Jake, since he's in front of him, giving him slipstream. Niklas, in the meantime, has gone 7th. In front of him there was Steps going 9th, but of course Niklas has gone in front of him, so Steps drops down to 10th. 31.680 for Steps, 31.161 for Niklas. Marco is gonna start his first lap on the softs. Brothers hasn't validated, but like I said, I don't think he's trying to go for a fast lap. He's just trying to help his teammate Jake with that massive slipstream, almost 6 cents faster through the first sector. I think it's as well just because of the tires, him using the brand new tires compared to the old tires. And now second sector, what's it going to be at 54.970, a second faster compared to his previous time. And now this is a part where he's going to gain massive amount of time compared to Marco and everyone else. This massive straight with slipstream is so overpowered in qualifying. If your teammate gives you this much of a slipstream throughout the lap, then probably you're gonna be in P1. And Jake, just final corner, and I think we'll see him in a P1 easily. Yes, it is 30.455 for Jake. At least for now, he can say that he is fastest. But Marco, 3.5, almost 3.5 cents faster compared to previous time, 54.780 through the second sector. The gap is almost 3 tenths. Of course, Jake gains loads of time through this third sector. Bit wide through turn 14, it looked like for me through turn 14, but it might be just that line what most of the drivers use. Marco through the final corner across the finish line. Can he beat Jake's time? No, he can't. 5 thousandths behind Jake. That final sector, of course, by Jake, with that slipstream makes a huge difference. I mean, I just want to look at the difference throughout the sectors. Jake a bit slower compared to Marco through the first sector by 15 thousandths. Second sector, Marco absolutely destroys Jake through the second sector, and then Marco has absolutely no answer through the third sector, since Jake has got that massive slipstream from Brothers, and that's the reason as well why Jake is in P1 and no Marco. As Tsunami goes first, 30.438, he beats Jake by 17 thousandths, so it's very, very, very close in the top 3. Brothers and Tsunami are done with their qualifying times. Brothers thinks that he's safe. Maybe he is, maybe he's not, but we will have to see what is it gonna be. McCluskey starts his flying lap. through the first couple of corners, 1, 2, and 3, onto this back straight with DRS into turn number 4, 90-degree corner, the corners that we all love the most, and then through turn 5, first sector, 26.000, 1/10 faster compared to this previous time, through turn 6, 7, and into 8. A bit wide, a bit slow on the exit, it felt like. But anyways, through turn 10, 11, Marco retires in the pits. He should be safe. And then into turn 12, cutting that curb. And second sector 55.300 by McCluskey, 2/10 faster compared to his previous time. That would still leave him in P9. Those 2/10s would put him 31.197. So still a little bit behind Niklas. Jake as well retires in the pits. McCluskey through the 3 final corners, actually final corners where you have to really think about, and then run up to the actual final corner and to the finish line. McCluskey, can he go faster than Niklas? Yes, he can, but only in front of Niklas, but still 4/10 faster compared to his previous time. Goes P8, 30.994. Then JP is 4.8 seconds faster compared to his previous time, but of course he has a time of 1:40.512, so he really needs to improve on his time quite a lot. And what's it going to be across the line at 1:31.414, and he stays, or not stays, but stays in the outside of the top 10, just behind Pimeralda. So at the moment he's in P11. There's still a lot of tries behind on their flying laps. Peligua is one of them. Can he get out of the bottom 15? Can he get out? Yes, he can. P5, 30.845. At the moment he is 884. Ibrahim 10th, 30.988, just in front of McCluskey. Ruggie goes P4 with 30.582. Shaz as well 7th, 30.860. Then Steps in 13th, 31.345. Then next one is going to be Ollie, who is going to go fastest, 29.898. Fastest, well, absolutely smashes the fastest time by Tsunami. The first one as well to go into 29s. And then, well, I missed the flipping of 2 final drivers, but it is Hudson, JP, Steps, McCluskey, and Ibrahim out of Q2. And in Q3, you will see Pimerala, Shaz, Peligua, Brothers, Niklas, Ruggie, Marco, Jake, Tsunami, and Ollie in Q3. Very good qualifying by Peligua, by as well. Well, yeah, Peligua, Pimeralda as well, since he hasn't really played this game a lot. He's been telling me that. So yeah, into Q3 now. And let's see, out of these 10 drivers, who is going to get that pole position. Last time out in Silverstone, like I said, Ruggie got that pole position. Let me just quickly look who has got the most pole positions in Prestige this season. If Discord is gonna load in. Yeah, Silverstone, it was Marco, then Ruggie, Marco, Tig, Marco. So Marco at the moment with 3 pole positions. I'm not including the sprint, by the way. Then it is Ruggie with 1, and then Tig with 1, but Tig would be in front, since, well, Tig got that first. He was earlier to set that first win. Well, not everyone who is out on track is on the softs, of course. I mean, a big surprise. Then it just depends if they are on the new ones or the used ones. That's gonna be the question. We'll see, of course, by the lap times. I don't actually see those emojis. Pimeralda and Brothers playing a little bit of a slipstreaming game. You wouldn't believe that in Division 1 actually Shaz won that race in Division 1 yesterday in Netherlands. So yeah, Brothers really Brothers really wants that slipstream, and actually Jake is gonna catch them, and so Brothers is gonna get the slipstream from one of the horses that might be Rocky. No, that isn't. That is actually Marco, who is in front of Brothers. Brothers really wants that slipstream throughout the lap. I mean, of course, that slipstream is just so huge in this track. Like, of course, a slipstream on a straight can give you 2/10, but on this track it's gonna give you a lot more than just those 2/10. By the way, Marco has given up on his time, so actually Brothers isn't gonna have almost any of the slipstream. He's gonna maybe get just a tiny bit of the slipstream from Pimeralda. Brothers through the first sector, 25.713 through the first sector. Jake, I did not see. Pimeralda did not see. So we know what Brothers has said through the first sector. Let's okay, actually no. Do we no? Okay. Let's look at Jake's second sector, 55.095. Pimeralda's second sector, we don't see. Brother, for Christ's sake. Okay, 54.860. So at the end, the Brothers looks to be going fastest. Out of everyone, Brothers as well gets a good amount of slipstream from Pimeralda. He has caught him up through the second sector, and so he gets a very good slipstream through the third sector, and he gets even a better slipstream to this final straight. I actually accidentally pressed R2. Pimeralda tried to break the slipstream, and Brothers goes provisional pole position 130.280. Jake was there on top for a minute, but I knew that Brothers was gonna get that with that massive slipstream that he got, and that 1-2 is broken away by Tsunami, who goes second, 30.570. 78, sorry. But yeah, Brothers went on provisional pole position in front of Tsunami, in front of Jake, in front of Niklas, and in front of Pimeralda. Next one is gonna be Oli, but he's just starting his lap. Pellegua through the second sector, 54.868, so it's a very good second sector from him. Rocky hasn't validated. Shaz is going to cross the line. He goes third at 30.736. Pellegua going into turn number 14, the hardest braking point of this whole track, of course, through turn 15 and 16, and then just run up to the finish line. Of course, it's going to be very important to have any sort of that ERS usage to the finish line. He has run out before the finish line, and Pellegua goes fourth, 30.869, and still a very good position in fourth. Jake is not gonna go for another lap. Brothers probably not. I mean, he's not gonna gain anything on that lap. He might as well just, I don't know, either try and it's gonna be very difficult for him to improve on the lap since he got almost for the half of the lap he got slipstream, and by half the lap I mean through the Las Vegas strip and then the straight after that. So yeah, Brothers, it's going to be very difficult to beat that time for him. For Oli, it might not be that big of a deal since he set like 4 tenths faster time through the Q2, and Oli goes second, 30.326, right behind Brothers. It is wrong thing. 46,000 behind Brothers, and as we know, through or in Q2 he did set a 29.8 something, so he definitely has pace in the car. Probably just used tires for the first run, as by no surprise, of course. Pellegrini in a good P5, but the championship leader and the championship leaders as well, by the name of Rocky and Marco, since they're both leading in the drivers and in the constructors. Well, not technically, they're not in 1 and 2 in the drivers, but you get what I mean with the constructors. They are down in 9th and 10th at the moment with no time, so they will have that 1 lap pressure going into the final runs of Q3. Hopefully they won't end up the same as Marco in, was it round 2? I can't remember the round now, but it was this season, like round 2, where Marco he didn't invalidate all of the qualifying sessions, or I didn't see, but then through Q3 he just invalidated almost every single lap, or maybe even every single lap. I can't remember now fully, but something like that, and he started P10. So hopefully they won't end up the same. Hopefully they will be able to actually set their times, so that they won't end up in 9th and 10th, maybe at least like 3rd, 4th. I mean, I believe that they can go faster than that, but that 1 lap pressure is going to be on them a little bit. And yeah, now we just wait for the drivers to exit out of the pits. I can drink a little bit to clear out my throat. Hydrate that as well. And yeah, now we just wait for the final runs. We see Marco exiting out. I think I saw one of the other teams as well doing the same. I think so. I don't know, I might have seen something. But Marco is coming out of the pits. The first one. Quite late as a first driver, but it is what it is. Marco exiting out of the pits, the first one, for the final flying laps. Then McLaren of Tsunami. Then, pretty much it's going to be everyone at this point. It's going to be Pellegrini now. It is Oli, Brothers. Good evening, Luis. Or Louis, not Luis. Louis, whatever. Jake as well. Yeah, it is everyone out on track at the moment. Marco won't have that massive hurry going into the final run. But Jake is gonna be a bit of a hurry. He won't be able to just warm up his tires like he wants. Just cruise to the finish line and then you start the lap. He will actually have to put some pace on this out lap, as well pace overall, because you really want to drive fast if you wanna warm up those tires, since it's almost impossible to warm up. Marco just waiting a bit, and through the 14, 15, 16, and now on to this final straight going into the finish line, and Marco now starts his final flying lap on the strip. There's a little bit of things happening. Brothers, of course, wants that slipstream as well. Rogge is trying to get that slipstream out of the Alpine. The same with Brothers as well, trying to get the slipstream from one of the other Alpines. But let's see, Marco, since he doesn't have any sort of obstructions in front, nothing in front of him, no slipstream helping. 25.683 through the first sector by Marco into turn 6, 7, aggressive through the curbing, which you need to take. Turn 8, that is a late apex, and now exiting, going into this little bit straight, not really straight since it's gonna be 10, and then into 11, and then into turn 12. Is he gonna cut that? Yes, he does a little bit though, not that much as Pimrada did. Second sector, 54.403 by Marco through the second sector. This man is absolutely flying. Tsunami is 4 tenths behind that. He is 4 tenths behind that. Brothers has invalidated, so the provisional pole sitter element is done with his qualifying. He's not going to be able to improve whatsoever. Marco through turn 14, 15 and 16. Easily through here as well. Now he can't really use any of his ERS or overtake button since he doesn't have that ERS, and now he's run out. So Marco, can he take personal pole position from Brothers? Yes, he can. 1:30.093, but that's not the fastest time that we have seen throughout qualifying. Tsunami improves his time but stays fourth, 30.488. Ollie, is he improving? Yes, he is by 2 tenths through the second sector, third sector. Can he improve a bit more to go personal pole position? No, he can't to go personal pole position, but he is P2, 30.226, but Roggy goes P2, 30.188, right behind Marco. Is it going to be 1-2 for Haas? Brothers invalid, like I said, he's at in fourth. Shaz goes fifth, 30.459. Jake, where can he go with the slipstream? He's gonna stay in 10th. And so it is a Haas 1 and 2 here in Las Vegas. Ollie tried his everything, but unfortunately could not replicate the same time that he did in Q2. So he's going to start in third, Brothers fourth, Shaz in fifth, just in front of Tsunami, Primrada 7th, Niklas 8th, Peligua 9th, and Jake in P10. But yeah, it's not the fastest time that we've seen in all of qualifying. In Q2, Ollie set a 29 something, a high 29. So still 1 cent to 1.5 behind that, but still the most important for Marco is that he's on pole position, and for Roggy that he's right next to him. And now we go into the grid slots, onto the grid, and it's raining in Las Vegas, and it's even heavy rain. If I'm not mistaken, it is heavy rain here in Las Vegas. Ooh la la, this is gonna be spicy, this is gonna be slippery like a madman. This is gonna be slippery like crazy. They're gonna be sliding all over the place. If not, like, the tarmac on dry is already slippery. You need to slide, or I mean, you will be doing a lot of sliding on this track. But with the rain, oh boy, this is mad. So it is full wet for the horses. Let's see what others have done. Everyone full wet. So no one is doing anything weird with the inters. Of course, then later on, as the race would go on, then the track would get better and better. Even if the rain would get, it would stay the same. The track would, the track evolution would make that the main racing line would be for the inters. As Tsunami is getting a bit impatient, just trying to get through this. It seems like it. They have 20 degrees in their tires. 20 degrees on their tires. Oh my goodness me. That's room temperature. That's literally room temperature, normal room temperature. Okay, for room temperature that would be a little bit hot, but still, something that a human could live in those tires. They're 23 degrees, 24 for Marco. Well, of course, he's in AI, and AI magically just warm up their tires, even though they are doing absolutely nothing. So, yeah, possible strategy as well. I mean, it's gonna be a one stop for everyone. I don't know why the hell are there 5 DSQs for absolutely... I mean, you can do all the touching in the race. On formation lap, it's not really ideal, since your tires are gonna be cold. I mean, they're already cold for everyone, but they're gonna be even colder as the drivers are going onto their grid slots. Some drivers are of course a bit on the outside line, a bit as well on the bend. So for drivers like, well, for example, Steps, it will be actually ideal for him to actually do the formation lap, so that he would get a little angle to the left, so that he wouldn't have to turn immediately, like, so much onto the left. He could just, you know, turn a little bit less to the left, and then he would get better traction and all that. You know, yeah, it is gonna go onto the inters in the race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, green lights out. Now and away go here in the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Marco gets a good start. Ruggie does not get a good start. Ollie already around the outside is in front of him. Can he maintain that position, Ollie? Can he do that? It's so slippery. Drivers are going so carefully through these first corners and of course through these first laps, but Marco has kept his P1 through the first couple of corners. Ollie is in P2. Ruggie is a bit struggling on the start, as he's already lost 2 positions of the get-go. Ollie is trying to go for it for the race lead, and can he go for it? Yes, he can. Parks the car on the apex. Doesn't to go for it down inside into turn 6 and around the outside of 10. A bit of contact between them, but it's as well a bit of lag for me. But Marco is still side by side with Bradders. They're losing plenty of time to Ollie, but it seems like Bradders is in front, but Ruggie seems like to be going 3 wide between them, almost 2 wide now between the 2 Haas drivers. Hopefully they won't get any sort of contact between them, but you can just see by how much these drivers are sliding on that turn 11 bend. They're sliding so much. One of the Haas is behind. Marco struggling a bit on the exit out of turn 12. He has lost his pole position from turn 4 down to turn number down to P4 at the moment. Ruggie is overtaking Bradders back up into P2, so he's back into his starting position. But Marco is actually struggling out here. He's losing another position, this time to Tsunami, and Pimrada is right behind his ass. Of course, Marco and Pimrada, last season in Division 1, they had their title fights in here, which Shaz has completely nuked that wall on the outside of turn 17. Marco loses yet another position. He's struggling. He is struggling like a madman. He has got absolutely no grip behind the yellows. That is Jake behind, losing a lot of places, down to P17. Of course, there could be damage to him. I don't see any damage. Hudson is trying to overtake him on the straight. Aris and Steps are as well fighting for P15. Aris is a bit of a roadblock there, helping his teammate Hudson as well, who overtakes Steps and Jake as well through turn 4. Seems like Steps stays in P17. Of course, Aris, that would be ideal for Hudson if Aris would just let him through. Aris is sliding all over the place. Of course, full traction control helps him. It seems like it. Oh, Bradders has hit Ruggie a bit. Ruggie had to brake a little bit more through the middle part of the corner, which he did not like. Ollie already 3 seconds in front of Ruggie. He is absolutely dominating this race as of right now. Bradders in front of Ruggie. on the massive straight. Bradish is trying to indicate Truggy to just... I mean, I'm guessing myself as well that he's trying to indicate to just to try and catch up Ollie. I'm thinking that he's trying to indicate that. I don't know even myself. Ollie fast lap 44.481 at the moment. The track is going to get better and better as the laps go on. Probably we'll see inters as the pits are going to be. Bradish is really struggling on that wet tire, going way wider than you would want through turn 3. They're losing plenty of time to Ollie. Roggy gets in front of him on the exit of turn 3 and on the back straight is in front of Bradish. In the meantime, Aris has gone very early on into the pits. By the way, JP and Ricky are not in the session. I guess Ricky has quit after he got DSQ'd, even though... I mean... it is what it is. Yellow's behind. That's Cohen going straight on through turn 4, it seemed like it. Does he have damage front wing? I want to see it. No, he doesn't. So his race is not fully over yet. The gap between Ollie and Roggy is 4 seconds now. Of course, this was a little bit helped by Bradish, well, losing a lot of time through turn 3. But it seems like just Ollie is absolutely flying in here. Tig, the first one to get a 3 second, but that's just a straight up 3 second for cutting a corner. So maybe some sort of contact with some other driver. In the meantime, Tom is overtaking Lassie on the main straight, but he's still side by side with him. Lassie seems to have a bit more straight line speed than the Williams. Side by side into turn 14. Tom on the inside. Lassie has to bail out of it. Now he has to defend from Ibrahim with both of them contact on the exit out of turn 14 and 15. Lassie's still in front of Ibrahim, but they've lost loads of time to Tom now. Ibrahim right behind McCluskey. Is he going to send it down into turn 1? That would be a very good place to do so. But he stays behind him, doesn't want to go for it yet. Maybe a better exit through turns 1 and 2. And turn 3 around the outside, maybe now trying to cut back onto the inside. Maybe a better exit sliding on the exit out of turn 3. As usual, you'll be seeing that a lot. But Ibrahim, is he going to send it? No, it doesn't. Of course, no DRS under these conditions. Tig right behind them as well, trying to look for a space to go for the overtaker. Yellow's behind. That's again Cohen going straight on in turn 4, the same way that he did last lap. Still the same thing. I think he has damage. Yes, he does have damage on his front wing this time, so it's not the same what he did previous lap. In the meantime, in front, Ollie is just extending the gap 5.1 seconds from himself to Roggy. He is absolutely cooking around here in Las Vegas in these conditions. He is cooking. Behind Pimrada's right behind Tsunami, but he's not trying to overtake him. Pimrada is running very low on fuel. A little bit lower than I would be comfortable with. Pimrada trying to go for the gap around the outside. Just about there was that gap, but could not make anything out of that. Going a bit too deep and going around the outside out of that corner is very difficult. If you generally pull an overtake around the outside of turn 14 and through turn 15 and 16, then props to you. Overtaking there is very difficult, especially with these conditions on. In the meantime, behind, Peligua and McCluskey pitting. Peligua for the inters, the first one to go onto the inters. McCluskey the same thing, the first drivers to go onto the inters. This is very crucial because the track is really getting faster and faster as it will get faster and faster as the laps go on. Both of them just behind Cohen. Cohen still running with that damaged front wing, so it should be a little bit easier for Peligua and McCluskey to overtake him. Of course, on the straights it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Take straight 10 seconds for him. Jesus, my son is really just cutting all those corners right here in center, like just straight up cutting them. Of course, probably just running out wide. But that 10 second is probably going to be served in the pit lane. So unfortunately, he won't be able to get that removed. And at the moment, Cohen is really blocking Peligua and McCluskey. Peligua is in front of him, but now through turn 11, Cohen is still on the inside. He's still there. He's still there side by side through turn 12. It's not really a good idea. A little bit of contact. Peligua hits the wall with his rear tire on that wall on the outside. Ollie, new fastest lap. Now both of them are going to try to overtake Cohen on this Las Vegas strip. Three-way. Going through this straight, McCluskey is in front, Cohen in between them. Peligua is going to try and send it. Cohen almost contact there. I thought there's going to be contact between them. Take it at 3 seconds again. Again 3 seconds. Peligua still cannot overtake Cohen. McCluskey is in front of Cohen. Cohen is not backing out from any of these fights whatsoever. Hudson in the pits for the Inters. I mean, this fight has been more exciting than in the front. Cohen hits a bit to the rear of McCluskey. I mean, McCluskey and Peligua are really struggling to overtake Cohen. Cohen, massive snap through turn 3. Peligua tried to overtake him. Take again! He's got 19 seconds of penalties. Why is he cutting turn 6 and 7? Mate, why are you cutting those corners? It's the same... It's the same corner all the time. I swear to God, it's the same corner over and over. And now he's going very slowly. He's probably given up at this point. I mean, it is his... it's probably just his own mistakes. Why he goes wide there. And then he gets straight 3 seconds as he's trying to rejoin the track. I mean, even though those 3 seconds are very harsh, as McCluskey gets at 3 seconds through turn 12. In the meantime, I saw something, but I forgot. Ollie, new fast lap, 43.642. Meanwhile, through turn 14, there's Tig. Spun through turn 14 and 15, 16. Probably Tig is going to retire in the pits. Marco goes into the pits for the Inters. He was really struggling with those wets. He was really struggling from pole position down to like fighting a bit down the order. Tig into the pits and retirement. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no, he's still driving. Still driving. He's got a 10 second. And then the front wing change as well. Cohen as well pitting. Steps has as well pitted. Marco, like I said, as well has pitted. But this is a very, 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 very long pit stop for Tig. Massively long pit stop. And he's going to come out behind Cohen. Might be... No, I don't think he's going to be behind these two ghosts. It is close, but Tig is in front. Unless he's going to win it. Ollie, two brothers. 9.2 seconds. At this rate, Ollie is going to extend the gap to like, I don't know, 30 seconds. By the end of the race. 30 seconds. Probably more like 25. A bit more realistic at this point. Ruggie overtakes brothers on the main straight. And he's up to P2. They're really trying to catch up to Ollie, but Ollie is just out of this world at the moment. Maybe as well this pack is a bit more fighting. Since they know Ruggie is going into the pits. Everyone is probably going into the pit. No, not everyone. Pimroda is staying out. Shaz is as well staying out. Who's staying out? Tom in the pits as well. Ibrahim in the pits. So McLaren double stack. Ibrahim is going to lose a lot of time because of that. But it is Niklas, Jake, Shaz, Pimroda and Ollie who have stayed out. Let's see where Marker can rejoin. Where can he be? In front of Ibrahim, that's for sure, because he had a double stack. But he is behind Tom, Tsunami Brothers and Ruggie. So he's pretty much in the same positions that he was. Maybe a little bit further back down. I'm not too sure. To be fair, I wasn't really looking at the front that much. I was more focusing on McCluskey, Peligua, and Cohen. So I'm not too sure, but I know for sure that Marco was down the order a little bit. And yeah, now at the moment he's down in 10th. Of course, there's still Jake that he can gain a position. Yellows, that's Cohen again. Yes, that is Cohen again. Damage front wing, no. Tick tries to go down inside through turn 3. Cohen now loses the rear and Tick catches that spin. He lost it through turn 3, and well, maybe because of that contact with Cohen. Cohen goes straight on, almost straight on, goes wide. Tick now loses it on the exit of turn 4. Both of these are having their own problems, it seems like it. Cohen just cannot turn, it seems like it. Tick now is fighting with Cohen for P17. And Tick's not having a great time at the moment. He's sliding all over the place. He's just... The rear is absolutely screaming with how probably warm they are. Of course, they're not, since I can see that are 57 and 56, so they're still pretty cold. Trying to go around the outside and goes into the wall, straight into a wall. A slight kiss on the wall as well. And, well, tried to go around the outside, but failed to do so. Failed terribly with that. So Cohen manages to stay in P17. Tick just went straight on himself, at least it looked like it. In the meantime, Niklas has pitted, and like I would have expected, Marco is in front of Niklas, so he's up to P9. Still Jake, Shaz, Pimrada, and Ollie have stayed out. So it looks like the rain has calmed down a bit. Who has the fastest lap? I think still Ollie has it. No, Marco has the fastest lap, but just has the fastest lap by 400s. But yeah, Ollie is really cooking at the moment. The gap from Ruggy to Ollie is 26 seconds, so he has a free pit stop in his hands. But Tufel thinks that he would need to pit right now. Tufel, he has got very little fuel. In the meantime, Tick has spun on the exit out of turns 1 and 2 and damaged his front wing as well. Ollie in the pit. Ollie is pitting for the Inters. Pimrova and Shaz as well. Little bit close there, but in the end they're both pitting for the Inters. Cohen 3 seconds for cutting the track. The same place that Tick was cutting half the race at the moment. But yeah, Ollie for the Inters, Pimrada, Shaz as well. Jake onto the Inters as well. Ruggy fastest lap 42.721. How close is he going to Ollie? Marco another fastest lap 42.315. The gap has reduced from about 10 seconds to 8.5. Ruggy might be catching Ollie a bit on this lap. Little bit, since well, Ruggy has got those tires warmed up, and as well has a little bit more confidence on them, since he's driven 2 more laps on them. Take it once again. This time spins on the exit of turn 12. Damage. I think he damaged his front wing furthermore, but still damaged front wing. Now he's behind JP and Ricky, who are their AIs are still driving in the positions that they are. Aris as well has stayed out on his wets, even though the rest, pretty much everyone is on the Inters. I'm not including these two because they are well, AIs. They don't actually think. Tig is staying out. Interesting. In the meantime, behind Steps has overtaken Peligua. Peligua, it seems like he has made a mistake on the exit of turn 12. That's why he's been overtaken. Brothers overtakes Tsunami into turn 13, and he does so very nicely. Ruggy now, he doesn't have to worry about anyone behind, since Brothers is 2.5 seconds behind. So now Ruggy can just fully focus on catching up Ollie. Ollie, though, at the moment, is down on fuel. He's got minus 0.5 laps of fuel. Meanwhile, in front, technically in front, Tick has gone straight on off turn 4. And technically, it was in front, since it was right in front of Ollie. But it's 3 seconds. Again, the gap from P1 to P2 may not be 25 seconds, but it's gonna be like Ares resides in pits. But that's before the pit wall, and that is a full course safety car out on track. I was literally just trying to talk about the gap from P1 to P2 till the end of the race. In the end of the race, but it is not going to be the 25 seconds, as a very good chance of that. Tig has got a very big lifeline now. He just needs to not pit, and he's going to be good. Aris, it seems like he's completely missed the flipping pit. He's gone straight into a pit wall, and yeah, that. Tig, he needs to stay out. Is done for. Stays out, so a very good choice to as well still be to have still some sort of a chance to be back in this race. This is a good opportunity for Ollie to save up a bit on fuel. Same with I believe someone as well was down on fuel. But Marco is pitting for new inters. I don't think this is a wise idea. I don't think this is that good of an idea. That from his perspective, well, to be fair, the rest of the drivers are as well pitting. I mean, to be fair, they're trying to go until the end on those inters. The inters are gonna wear out pretty quickly. Lap 12 out of 25. I mean, for Marco, it's not that bad, since the drivers behind him have as well pitted. So it's not that bad. He's only down in 10th, so he has got that a few laps younger tires. Now he's going to be a bit more confident going into the to the end of the race, since his tire wear is not going to be that bad compared to the others. Now it depends on the others what their tire wear is going to be. But then where's Tig? Why is Tig here? What is Blood doing here? Why is he not overtaking the bloody safety car? Why is he? He was in front of Ollie. Now, why is he behind Ollie now? What the? Oh my god, Tig. Oh my god. Okay, so Tig has completely thrown away this race for himself. If my guy hasn't been pitted and he managed to mess things up, it seems like it. This is good for Ollie, I guess, because there's a buffer between himself. At least it looks like it. Tig is trying to overtake Ollie, but Ollie is having none of that. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I need to really say anything. I mean, this is really self-explanatory. Not really self-explanatory, but it's just a bit too funny to watch with talking something. So he's now pushing Ollie. Hopefully, Ollie doesn't get a 10-second for that. Imagine if Ollie gets a 10-second for that. That would be. Ollie would be so mad. I mean, of course, that 10-second would get removed. Yeah, a bit of a reminder that Tig's got 12 seconds of penalties for going probably a bit cutting the corners through turns 6 and 7. Cutting the corner through turns 6 and 7, so yeah. A bit interesting, that one as well. How has he managed to mess this up? Absolutely no clue. Yeah, I don't think the safety car will be in this lap yet. By the way, why do I feel like lap 12 has been already? Why do I feel like this lap 12 has been going on for a bit too long? I mean, to be fair, I don't know what to say at the moment. I'm just trying to take any sort of understanding what is TIG 2 in. Lap 13. Yep, there it is, lap 13. I swear to God that lap 12 either felt like 2 laps have gone by. Like 2 laps. Wait, I'm trying to make it. Like lap 12 has gone twice. So yeah, I don't know, it just felt like very long lap, that one. Maybe a little bit that I'm a bit tired now. That could be the case as well. Okay, now it's lap 4. Yeah, of course, because I'm watching TIG and he's lapped down. Oh my. Okay, no, okay. I was dumb, okay? I was dumb. I was watching TIG and I flipping forgot that he's lapped down. Yeah. TIG is still trying to overtake Ollie. He's trying everything, but it's not working. So I think he's just gonna have to just deal with it. Either retire or drive it out. For absolute, I mean, to be fair, there will be absolutely no reason to drive it out since, I mean, unless it's gonna get absolutely dry, then and there's nothing gonna happen to him, like unlapping himself somehow and then, I don't know, getting himself back into the race then. Very low chances of anything happening for him. Very low chances for him to get unlapped. He would need actually raw pace. Safety car is finally in this lap, what it felt like an eternity. TIG has completely overtaken Ollie. He's now stopped on the track. We'll watch Ollie as he's gonna start this race over. TIG is right behind his ass. He's trying to overtake him. Now he has overtaken him. He's probably just gonna go into the pits. Yeah, he's going into the pits with the safety car as well. Ollie, when is it gonna go? When is it gonna go? Now he's going, so we are back racing. TIG is gonna retire in the pits. And Ollie has started the race once again. The caps have been reset. That 8-second lead, what Ollie had, has been absolutely destroyed. And Rogge is right behind his ass. 4 tenths behind him. Those tires need to be up to the optimal temperature, which some might not have. For example, like Pimerada, he's got in the 40s. That's those tires. Tsunami and Brent a bit of contact on the exit out of turn 4. They're losing loads of time. Excuse me. To Rogge and Ollie. They're really losing a lot of time. The gap is already over 1 second. And Niklas has overtaken Shaz for P7, but Shaz has defended his place around the outside. Ibrahim is right behind these two as well. He'll be fancying a move down into turn 12. He was up the inside, but he decided to back out of it. In the meantime, in front, Pimrada in front of Tom, so he's up to P5. Jake overtakes Cohen for P15. Maybe something in front. Roggy would... No, he's not gonna get to overtake. He's not gonna get to Oli. In the meantime, behind, Ibrahim overtakes Niklas. Hudson overtakes Steps. Steps is gonna try and send it down. No, he isn't. Niklas right behind Ibrahim though, but it feels like Ibrahim has the better pace. Marco in the meantime now is trying to overtake Niklas on this final straight. There's like 3 wide between McCluskey, Niklas and Marco. Yellows that's Sig once again. Marco has lost the position to McCluskey. He's gonna try and get that P10 back. Now overtaking Niklas around the outside of turn 4. A little bit of slide on the egg through turn 3, and now it might cost him a position to Hudson now on this back straight. Is it gonna cost him that position? It doesn't seem like it. Hudson's gonna send it. No, he isn't. So Marco loses only 1 position to Lossi. Lossi, of course, has got that 3 seconds on his to his at a time. So it's a bit of unfortunate for him, and plenty of drivers getting penalties. I think that was Tick getting another penalty, and Niklas getting a 3-second time penalty as well. So unfortunate for him as well. In the meantime, behind, I think Peligua has overtaken Jake or something like that. Cohen is trying to get back on Jake through turn 11 and into turn 12. Turn 12, he's going to send it down inside on Jake. I've got between them a little bit more contact between them that probably they would like, but Jake is still in front of Cohen. In the meantime, in front, Pimrada is in front of Tsunami, but Tsunami looks like he's got the better pace on the straight, but he's using a lot of his ERS though as well. Jesus Christ. Pimrada is in front of Tsunami though, going into the corner. Pimrada is going a bit wide through into turn 4, going a bit wide. Tsunami gets a better exit out of turn 16. Tsunami is a little bit out of ERS. Pimrada's got a little bit more ERS, and he's gonna get him. Yes, he does get him around the outside. Chaz yet again nukes that wall on the outside. That's the second time that I've seen him nuke that. Nuking that wall like USA did on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. He's done that twice. Maybe he's gonna do it 3 times. He's gonna one-up the USA. In the meantime, in front, Oli has pulled a gap on Roggy. Of course, no DRS, meaning that it is very easy to pull away from a driver behind. And at the moment, Oli is really running away with it easily. Jake, probably he himself as well, has gone straight on through turn 6 and 7, and behind Cohen has Jake another 3 second. What the fuck? He's got another 3 second. He was on a straight, mate. Okay. Anyways, Cohen has pinned it on the exit out of turn 8. So yeah, turn 8. Turn 9. I don't even remember now. But yeah, Jake got a 3 seconds, even though he was already past the corners. Okay. In front, Ibrahim in front of Shaz. Yes, he's in front of him. Bit of sliding on the exit out of turn 15 and 16, but Shaz couldn't do anything. Had no space to really overtake him. Shaz tries to go around the outside. Hopefully he doesn't bomb that wall on the outside. No, he doesn't. Behind him there's Lossi on the mirrors. And he's gonna send it. Yes, he does send it on Shaz, but he sends it quite a inside of Shaz. Yellow's behind. That's Jake retiring, but that's just by pressing a button. Marco trying to take advantage out of it, but he can't take the advantage on McCluskey, who kind of bombed Ibrahim whilst trying to overtake Shaz. McCluskey right behind Shaz. He's going to try and send it down inside. No, he isn't yet. I mean, the rears are going all over the place through turn 6 and 7. So yeah, 7 and 8, the 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't flip it anymore. No. So yeah, in front, Tom is quite close behind Tsunami. Tsunami's got a good amount of ERS. Tom as well. Tsunami is using all of his ERS. Tom has got a little bit more ERS. That's going to be a bit of an advantage for Tsunami on the straight, as he got the safe shame as well. And the rest of the ERS to use. Tom on the inside. Tsunami tries to hang around the outside. And he does actually hang around the outside, but scores it between them through turn 11 and 12. And Tom spins through turn 15 and 16. Take again penalties, but Tom, unfortunate there for him. Tsunami squeezed him way too much there, and in the end drops down to P14, trying to fight for that P5. Unfortunate turn of events for him. Now he's gonna try and get some sort of points in this race. Unfortunately, in front, Ollie's just exiting the gap. Pimroda has overtaken Brothers. Ibrahim is close behind Tsunami. Tsunami is probably gonna, I'd guess, maybe a penalty, but I mean, definitely there's gonna be a report by Tom. Is Tsunami gonna get a penalty? We'll see. The chance of that is gonna be quite high, but we'll see. I didn't see that incident quite clearly. Shaz was ghosted, but is now a physical car, back as a physical car. Transformers, I see. Back to the front, Brothers, and Brothers is quite far behind, so he's not going to go for the overtake. Ibrahim, though, is quite close behind Tsunami. Tsunami, again, has almost no ERS. Shaz as well behind. Ibrahim is going to go for the overtakes. Shaz has got quite a lot of ERS. So McCluskey tries to go for it on Shaz, and he does go for it for that P7. McCluskey is in front of Shaz, and Ibrahim is as well in front of Tsunami. Tsunami is going to try and block the rest of the cars behind. McCluskey's got very little amount of ERS. Shaz, is he going to try and get him? No, he doesn't. He has to watch out for Marco behind in the mirrors. No, he's not going for it. McCluskey is going for it on Tsunami a bit. It looked like it. But now he's got, again, Shaz on the inside of turn 3. And is he going to send... Is he going to be in front? Yes, he is. Shaz is back in front of McCluskey once again. But now McCluskey is trying to use his ERS, and no, he's not going to send it down inside into turn 4. But Shaz does leave quite a big amount of space for McCluskey. At first, behind, Niklas and Steps are fighting for the P10, a bit of contact between them through turn 10, 6, and Niklas in the end has to give that position back. Well, not give that position back, but give that position away for now, for Steps. Back to the front, so Rocky seems to be catching Ollie just a tiny bit. Seems like he's catching just a tiny bit. The gap was 3.3 seconds, now it's 3 seconds. Niklas gets at 3 seconds. Straight 3 seconds. So something is going on with these penalties around here. Seems like it. Game issue, maybe. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me how many game issues are on this game. Shaz is quite close behind Tsunami, but he's not gone for it. Through turn 14, 15, 16, maybe exit out 16, and no, he's not going, it's not, he's got way too much swift spin, but now maybe he could get the run. Tsunami has got almost no ERS. Shaz just using his just normal modes. Shaz around the outside into turn 1, maybe you could get him now on the switch back into turn 1. No, he doesn't. Tsunami parks his car very nicely in the middle of the track, and Tsunami is still in P4, in P6. Shaz, though, very close now on the exit of turn 4. No, he's not gonna get him. Marco behind, trying to get McCluskey into turn number 5. But he's not gonna get him either. And behind Hudson, around the outside of Pedigua, but doesn't get him. Right inside. The gap that I said that is going down a bit has gone up to 3.6 seconds, lap 21 out of 25. It looks like Ollie is just gonna run away with this. As soon as I said that, Ollie goes fully sideways, fully Tokyo drift through turn 12. Of course, loses a bit of time there, but almost lost it there. McCluskey now gets a 3 seconds through that turn 12. It's very interesting there. These straight 3 seconds. Pelligua very close behind Hudson. Let's look at the front. Since Shaz is very close behind Tsunami. Tsunami looks like he's going for it on Ibrahim, but it doesn't. Shaz now on the side. Could have tried it, but Tsunami closed that door very quickly. On the exit of turn 16, maybe no, he's not too far back. Although to be fair, Tsunami it's almost always has almost no ERS. Maybe down inside into turn 1, he could think. Unless Tsunami is going to defend that. Tsunami is actually trying to go for it on Ibrahim down inside into turn 1. Maybe Shaz is going to try and get him. In the meantime, full safety car. In the meantime, what has happened? Nicholas in the pits. Nicholas in the pits, there's chaos down here, but I think that could have been caused by Nicholas. I think that could be caused by Nicholas since he was going, like, I think he did, for fuck's sake. Oh, and as well, reset the track. Although Tifa, I don't know if reset the track is allowed. But anyways, late safety car. Hey! So, 2 laps of racing. Hey! Back to Division 1, I see. Ibrahim and Shaz are having a low scrap of positions. Are they having this glitch? Do they have this glitch? Or is Ibrahim trying to reclaim that position? I think Ibrahim is trying to reclaim that position. Or is what the hell is going on? I think they've got this glitch where both of them, like, when one car overtakes, that's, well, okay, I don't think they have, but basically, if Ibrahim would have overtaken Shaz, then Ibrahim has to give the position back to Shaz, and if Shaz would overtake Ibrahim, then Shaz would have that weird ass penalty thing. Ollie goes into the pits, Rocky as well. Pimeralda stays out. Brothers stays out. Tsunami into the pits. Ibrahim stays out. Shaz stays out. Marco stays out. Shaz into the pits. McCluskey as well into the pits. Steps. Pits. Hudson stays out. For Ollie, this is quite important. Ibrahim sliding all over the place on those old inters. For Pimeralda, this is a good opportunity to win. Of course, it's not gonna be... Yeah. Yeah, that's one way to ruin your race completely. Of a chance of getting maybe points to absolutely ruining your chances and getting no points. Grade 1, Cohen and Pelligua. The track is still raining, and they've gone for the dries. Oh, yeah, hallelujah. Okay, so 1 lap of the safety car, and it is gonna be in this lap, since it has to be 2 racing laps, it has to be 2 full racing laps, and the safety car has come at the latest possible time that there could have been. Pelligua has gone straight on through turn 12, it seems like it. But yeah, Pimeralda and Brothers are going to be leading this pack to the finish line. for the penultimate lap and the final lap probably as well, but we'll see. But at least to start the penultimate lap, they will be leading in 1 and 2. They're gonna have to fight off Oli, and if not for the win, they will have to fight it off for P2 and P3 with Ibrahim and Marco. Pimeralda can go whenever he wants. When does he go? Still going a bit slow. He's going a bit slow still. Now he's pulled the trigger, and now we have restarted, and now it's gonna be a full 2 laps of green flag racing. Oli is gonna already be down inside into turn 1 in front of Brothers, and Oli is in front of him, and Pimeralda going very wide through turn 1, so Oli should get in very easily on this lap into turn 14. I mean, Oli doesn't need to rush this one at all. He can just chill out behind for this lap, although he cannot be fully, since Rog is right behind trying to overtake Ibrahim. McCluskey has a 3-second time penalty behind. In front, Oli trying to go around the outside of turn 7 and 8 on Pimeralda. Pimeralda now has the inside into turn 9. I think it's a bit interesting move by Oli, but now Oli with those better tires is gonna get the better exit and is in front of Pimeralda, going through turns 10 and 11 into turn 12. Pimeralda no answer whatsoever. Pimeralda of course not gonna give this back so easily. Might wanna go for the attack on this main straight. Oli of course would want to be in front going onto the other straights, but Oli's not using his ERS whatsoever. Now he's using it. Pimeralda is as well using it. Pimeralda, is he gonna send it down inside into turn 14? Yes, he does send it down inside. Oli has to get a better exit of these corners, and he does get a better exit. He doesn't get a better exit. I think Pimeralda used a bit more ERS, as it shows that Oli has a little bit more ERS. Pimeralda starts the final lap as a race leader, but can he finish it as a race leader behind the yellows? That's Peliguan Cohen. Pimeralda is pressurized by Oli still around outside. Oli through turn 3, he has the better tires. Can he make it stick? It is side by side still between the two. They were having the same fight in Division 1 last season. Ruggie right behind them, so Ruggie could go for it on both of them, but Pimeralda seems to have lost this fight for the fight for P1. Now he's gonna have to stay for P2. He's gonna fight for that P2, but still he can get that P1 if he just drives only a bit wide through turn 9, a bit slower. Of course, Pimeralda is not gonna have the greatest of exits because of the tires. Oli as well has tremendous amount of ERS compared to Pimeralda. Draghi as well, the same thing. So Pimeralda, I think his target is gonna be the podium place at the moment. Draghi, I don't think he will be able to overtake Oli, since Oli is so far in front. If the DRS would have been allowed, then yes, but without the DRS, ain't no way he's catching him. So Oli, unless he bends it out of turn 14, 15, 16, he's gonna be winning this Grand Prix. Behind, there's still Shaz right behind Marco, but it seems like Marco is still in front of Shaz. And I don't think anything is gonna happen behind just going binning it. But Oli, through the final corner, is winning this Las Vegas Grand Prix with the fastest lap as well. 39.948 for Tsunami. So actually not a fast lap. McCluskey had retired just before the finish line, so actually he's not gonna finish the race technically. There's as well Tom crashed out, but he actually crossed the line. So it says actually Shaz in P5 in front of Marco. Yeah, Oli wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix in Las Vegas. I mean, the start of the race, dominant race pace. After the first safety car as well, dominant pace. And then, oh, for Christ's sake, mate. And then with that second and final safety car, even with complications of overtaking Pimeralda, he has done it, and he has won the Las Vegas Grand Prix. with pace, just pure pace. He has done it. Shows that Ollie is absolutely rapid. Rocky P2 extends his championship lead over his championship rivals, aka Marco and Tsunami. So yeah, Rocky P2, Tsunami down in 8th, Marco down in 6th. Marco is gonna gain a few points on Tsunami, 3 points, but Rocky extends his overall championship lead of everyone besides Ollie, but Ollie's not really driving full time, at least what I've seen. But yeah, Ollie P1, Rocky P2, Pimeralda manages to hang on to the podium place. Of course, he would have wanted the race win, but still did an amazing job to keep Ollie that one extra lap that he could. Barris P4 as well, good for him. Shaz P5, Marco down in 6th, a disappointing race for him from P1. Ibrahim 7th, Tsunami 8th, Tom 9th, Steps 10th, then the down of the grid, just to get the timings. Cohen 12th, McCluskey 13th. I actually did not finish the race. Then Ricky, JP, but of course their AIs, and then Peligua, Aris, and Take, and the rest of the the rest of the grid. Niklas, whoever was there then. But yeah, that was the mystery round, aka Las Vegas Grand Prix. Very good race, very good qualifying, and very good race. Overall, enjoyed that one. And yeah, Haas are gonna extend their championship lead. Actually, 18. Yeah, they're gonna extend their championship lead by 1 point over Alpine. Alpine 25 points, and Haas 26. So next week, Monaco, and this is a track that I'm looking forward to, but at the same time I'm not, since it might be a bit of a bore fest. Qualifying is going to be absolutely amazing, don't get me wrong, but the race might be a bit... yeah. Of course, people are going to absolutely going fully at it, like this. So yeah. But yeah, next week is Monaco. The track that it's almost impossible to overtake. And yeah, see you next week for Prestige. For Prestige, definitely. For Division 1, who knows? Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, see you next week at least for Prestige. Ciao.